We're here at the Michigan Regional, and we have this interesting fellow right here.
Hi.
What deck did you play?
Volcanics with sticks and chairs.
And what place did you get?
5th again.
Alright, let's see it.
What? Oh, okay.
Put the cards down.
So I played 3 of these. This card's really good. You want This is the best turn 1 monster. Actually, it's just the best monster all the time. You gotta play 3 of these. Drawing this in your opening hand without the trap card is awful, and drawing 2 of these is actually the worst. In one of my runs against the Stellarknights, I drew 3 of these in a row, and I just had to set him turn after turn to live. And then I drew in a rocket and won the game because he couldn't beat my floodgates, and this is 1900 attack. So yeah. But when you get this rolling with the trap card early, like, it's just broken as shit. So you have to play 3. Just like this, you have to play this. You have to play. This is your win condition, because you just shovel it back in the deck 500 times, and you keep blowing them up and burning for game. Yeah, I played these. Actually, aside from this a million times, this is your other win condition, because this deck draws so many goddamn cards all the time that you draw into these, and the moment you combo this with this, the game is over if they can't respond to it, because you just get so much advantage. So yeah, and then you play like Call the Haunted stuff to help these out as well. So I think this is like Stellarknights with these cards are really bad because you don't have ways to get to them. Shells are okay because you have ways to use it. This deck just turbos through the deck so goddamn fast that you get to them all the time no matter what. So it's awesome. I played 2 monks, actually retarded. This deck's like Infernity, where if Monk resolves turn 1, you actually just win the game. Because it either gets you Rocket, which gets you to the trap. Yeah. It gets you Rocket, which gets you to the trap, and then you can Lavalval Chain and dump Shell to get Shell so you have a draw engine. Or you can just summon this if you have a chair in hand, the game's over. So Monk's really good. You side it out versus Necros and Shadaldo, because they all fucking play 3 Valor. And you side in Shadowmere versus Shadalls anyways, so... But he's good for what he is. Then I played 1 of these. Obviously this card's insanely stupid if you ever resolve it. I didn't play 3 though, because if you draw in your opening hand, it's dead. If you draw more than 1, it's awful. And 1's good enough because you can usually stack it with Lavalval Chain, and then you draw into it with the trap card that turn. So, like, you need it when you need it. Like, you use this and Daigusto Emeral most of the time just to shovel your shit back in. You don't need to do it more than... You don't need to do it like 3 times a game. That's too much win more. Because by then you'll have drawn into these and you just win the game anyways. So, 1's perfect. That's all monsters. It's 18. Spells... I played 3 upstart because you just don't want to draw your shitty hands where you don't have the trap card. And this helps with Monk. 3 duality, same thing. You want to fucking... This is go with Monk, and you want to get your... This is the best card I had turn 1. You want to get to your trap card plus Shell or trap card plus scattershot as soon as possible. And late game is whatever, you just discard with Monk. Magic Planner 3 of these. This card's so goddamn broken in this deck. I play 10 continuous traps and I side like 15. This card is always live. You get the trap card in the grave, you draw 2 cards, and you have a field wipe sitting in your goddamn graveyard. I would never play less than 3 of this card. This card is never dead.
It's a good way to get Accelerator in the grave.
Yeah, or I mean, it's like you just fiendish Chain, Call on, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this card is always live, and it's always Pot of Greed, and if you use it on the trap card, it's better than Pot of Greed. So this card's just crazy. And then Raigeki. I actually don't really like it, but it was a 40th card, and it's a spell for Monk, and it's good. Like, Qliphorts, I don't have ways... Qliphorts are a terrible matchup. I don't have any ways to out-tribute some monsters, stuff like this, and something else I play.
Secret.
Yeah. So, it's worth playing, but whatever. The Genlock's like not really a problem, so it's not really for that, but it helps sometimes. Onto the traps. You play 3 of this card. This card's broken as shit. You want to see this as soon as possible every game. Like, usually the way the game goes is you either get to this and you have your draw engine, and then you just get to all of them anyways because you draw so many cards and you win, or you just don't see this card and you lose the game. Like, this card's too important to have all the time. 3 Fiendish is like the best continuous trap. Synergizes with Magic Planner, synergizes with nothing. It's just a good trap card, actually. It's I don't know. It's just a good card. Breakthrough skill. Winda's actually like impossible to kill. Like, my only out to Winda in this deck is this fucking card, or if I call the Haunted on their turn and I make a rank 4, which is garbage. So I put this in for Winda, and it's just like... Trap cards in this game, unless they negate monster effects, are actually terrible. So this is just more monster negation. And yeah, it was alright. Like, I played 3 Qliphorts and I always sided it out against them. But against like Stellarknights and Shadalls and all the other shit I played against today, this card's actually really good, so it's alright. Call the Haunted, this card's insane. You open with this and Scepter, or like, or you have this like, this is just good with Rocket, or this card's just like almost always good, except in your opening hand if you don't have another monster. That's why I cut down from 3. I was playing 3, but it ended up bricking too much, and 2 ended up just being fine. This card floats all the time for fucking Magic Planner, so it's just more free draws. 2 ended up being perfect. And then one as I said, warning, because I don't want to lose to Denko, and this card's really good versus Qliphorts and Stellarknights. And then emptiness because it's broken. Even against bad matchups like Qliphorts where this card does nothing, you can still planter it away, so it's still something.
Go to the side deck so we can see the surprise later.
Alright, whatever. Alright, I'll do side deck. The side deck's actually just terrorist as shit. I played 3 MST because I don't want to lose to Royal Decree. I actually just never sided this in except against Qliphorts, so whatever. Alright, this is the best card style. We get anti-spell fragrance. Because Qliphorts is impossible to beat, except if you draw this turn 1, then you win the game, because this card's insanely stupid. It's also very, very good versus Necros, so yeah, this card's insanely dumb. One of the best floodgates for sure. Yeah, I play this. Obviously, it's fucking Shadow Mirror. But, oh yeah, so I play like 12 continuous floodgates in my side deck. All these are even better because of Magic Planners. So if you have multiples, or they're just, or, you know, you don't really need them, you just draw into more goddamn cards. So this continuous traps on continuous traps just works. Light Mirror, same goddamn thing. So when I play against Stellarknights, even though I'm siding this in, I still keep the Seraphs in, because the Seraphs are my win condition, and I don't have enough monsters in my deck actually when I take them out. Like, so even though it kind of conflicts sometimes, it doesn't really, because you still summon the chair, you still draw a card, and you can still make the Exceeds, and if you make Ouroboros, you can still pop a card with Scepter and draw a card. You just can't make Delteros, but this card's too good against that deck not to play anyway, so it still works. And then 3 of this card. So, my original plan was I was going to start this in versus Stellarknights, Shadalls, and Necros. What ended up happening, I sided against Stellarknights, and it was actually just kind of mediocre. I mean, it was good, but I just had like too many traps. I didn't have enough monsters, so I don't think I would side against them in the future. Against Necros, this card's broken as shit, and against Shadalls, this card's broken as shit, so I would still give it to them. If I side this card in, I pretty much will always side out the Seraph, so because they conflict super hard. But yeah, this card's really good. So, and then I'm the extra guy. So this is a bunch of generic 4s. Like, all right. So I'll separate the ones that I actually made. I made this, Burn for Game like twice. Never made this. 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 Made this like 2 or 3 times. Made this like 800 times.
Right.
Made this like 800 times. Made this like a couple times. Made this like 800 times. Made both of, played 2 of these. It's actually really relevant to have 2. Because you make it with this off the stick share combo, or you make it off this, or you call the Haunted, whichever one you made before, and you just put another one on top of it. Because this card's like, obviously just too damn good against Shadalls and Burning Abyss. So 2 is actually super relevant. And then the last card I played a Digvorzhak. So shout out to Kyle Takarchek for loaning me this card. Originally, I just wanted to play it as a joke because I can actually make it with Ptolemaeus. But after my round 1, where I lost to Qliphorts, I actually realized that this card's actually relevant because it's my only way besides Raigeki to get over a tribute summon Qliphort monster because it's 3200 attack. And then like if you actually mill Qliphort monsters, which doesn't really happen because I don't play a lot, you can pop cards too. But in round 1, I tried to make this, and it would have won me the game, but he light mirrored my Ptolemaeus, and I was super sad. But then all the way until the end of the tournament, in my last round against my last opponent playing Qliphorts, I made I summoned Scepter, had Chair in hand, he'd break the skill of my Scepter, and then I revealed Chair, summoned it, drew a card, and that card I drew was a Scepter, another Scepter, so I summoned that, searched another Chair, I overlaid for Delteros, popped like his whole field, and then I called the Haunted on a Rocket, and I called him on a Scepter, made this, and then detached 3 into this, and then the only card he had left, it popped his whole field, the only card he had left in his hand was Scout, and I had Amy Spellfingers up, so the game was over, and I attacked him for game with this.
And you won.
So while it does seem like a joke, this card's actually just kind of relevant against Qliphorts because it's the only way to kill tribute summon monsters.
Pick them up if you're playing Volcanics.
Yeah,
only
go
like
ahead and drop $200, $300 on that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout outs to Kyle, but I actually, yeah. So yeah, I need this. I need to borrow it for Columbus too. So thank you, Kyle. Anyways,
congrats on your 5th place.
Yeah, congrats on fucking 5th place again. No deck box for me, but it's all right. The deck was really good. If I was to change anything, it'd probably be nothing. It worked pretty goddamn well. I don't know. Maybe I would think about not playing this card again, but I don't think there's another floodgate that's like better against Necros. I didn't play any Necros today, which kind of sucks because I really expect to, and the match is like really good after you side. But whatever, I'll probably keep it in anyways.
All right.
Yep. Thank you.